Good day, my friends, and welcome back once again to Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles. My name's Chris, and I'm the Batman statue collector. And speaking of Batman, that's exactly what we are going to be doing today, and it's all thanks to Bedrock Collectibles Studio. Now, this is a company that you may have never heard about. Again, Bedrock Collectibles, they are a company out of Canada that manufactures statues. Now, this is a new company to me, but it's a company on the rise, and it's very, very exciting. Now, again, they're Canadian, and they only have a Canadian license at this time, but I know that they are working really, really hard to try to get that U.S. license. So this is very exciting news for collectors because, again, it's just another company offering more variety, more choices, which is definitely a good thing here in the collectible world. Now, this is Batman that I'm going to be doing right now, quarter scale. I also have Wonder Woman and Superman all in quarter scale. I'm going to be reviewing each one separately, and then I'm going to be putting them all together because the three of these statues create a giant diorama. That's right, a diorama in 1/4 scale. So it is massive, it is big, but it is very, very cool and impressive. Now, this is the prototype, so I do have to warn you that there might be some nicks and dings because, of course, with the shipping, but it is a prototype. What you're going to get is going to be top-notch. I also have a few things on the prototype to point out to you that's going to be changed, and so I'm very, very excited. And again, I do want to thank, Bedrock for sending this prototype to me so I can review it and share it with you guys. Again, very, very exciting stuff. So anyway, if you are new here, before we get started, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I really think you're going to enjoy the content here. Please like the video. That helps with the YouTube algorithm. And without further ado, let's review the Batman. All right, guys, so here we go, and let's check it out. Again, this is the Batman. This is quarter scale, and it is really quite impressive. And it does remind me right off the bat of Hush from, of course, Jim Lee, and you might think about the Prime One piece, which is really fantastic. This is great, though, because this is quarter scale. Let me kind of zoom out a little bit so you can see kind of the full statue. Again, this is just one corner of it. I think you could probably buy these separate. I'm not 100% sure. I believe maybe, but maybe you have to buy them as the set of three. I'll have to get some clarification on that. But any information I will have down in the show notes down below. But again, this is quarter scale. So if you didn't like the third scale or didn't have room for the third scale from Prime 1, this might absolutely be a great, great alternative. I love the fact that he's crouching. It's very, very iconic. But let's look at some of the detail here. We'll start with the base. The cool thing is I love this window effect. It's kind of like this cracked glass. It's really coolly really well painted, I guess you could say. I do like that a lot. You notice some of the piping and things like that, so it's clearly the side of a building. It is kind of a wedge shape, which that way you can fit all the other statues together. You can fit Superman and Wonder Woman together. There is some small detailing in underneath, which it's a little bit hard to see under there because it's a little bit of a shadow, but it's nice that there's some detail there. Nice texturing on the brickwork, as you can see. I would have maybe liked to have seen a little bit more weathering on the side of the building to make it look a little bit a little bit more old and weathered. And again, just something that I would say as a fan, I think that would be something that would be nice. But you could see that the texturing is really, really nice. Some nice paint work there. Again, I just would have maybe liked a little bit more weathering on it. As we spin it around, you're going to see the backside. So again, this is where it all joins together. I believe that there is a base plate as well, which I will have for the when I review the three of them. But again, you have some nice color differentiation here. You have some kind of, again, weathering, some flat areas. So again, it's going to look really good when you have it all joined together. And again, I will show what that looks like here in just a bit. But anyway, let's look at the texturing on the actual statue. Now, as you can see, it's got some really nice texture. I think it looks really good here. It's got some weathering down on the boot, so it's a little bit of darkness there. Again, maybe on the whole statue, I would have maybe preferred just a little bit more dirt, that dirty effect. But overall, it still looks really good in my opinion. The sculpt is really nice. As you can see, the muscle through the suit, it is fully sculpted. But it really does look like fabric, especially to the naked eye. It looks really, really good. Really nice texture, as you can see. Let me go ahead and finish showing you the back side of the base here. There is a hidden bat emblem back here, which is nice. That way you know it is the Batman base, if you couldn't tell already. And then, of course, it's got some of those nice elements there, again, on the side, which is nice. And, again, that nice texturing as well. Let's spin it around and let's look at some of the other fine detail here. So again, you have the boot. Again, really nice paint application there. I think that it's got some little bit of black to it to show some of the highlight. I think that looks good. And then again, we go into that suit, and I really feel like the texture is really, really well done. I think they really nailed the texture on it. Here you see the hand. This is one of the swap outs. There are multiple swap outs, which I will show you. There is this one as well with the balled up fist, which is cool. And then also another balled up fist right here. Again, really nice texturing and paint. And then of course, this is one of the best ones. Obviously you have the grapple gun. I will show you what this looks like with all of this on. But really cool, right? So let's go ahead and go up the statue again so you can see some of the fine detail again. Look at the texturing there. Looks nice. It's got the gauntlet painted in black. That of course goes up into the arm and the chest. You have that great black emblem there, which I like. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of that classic Batman with the blue, but it does have the kind of the more modern black emblem. You notice some of the detail on the belt. Let me kind of spin this around a little bit so you can see it's got a really nice gold color. This is very much a classic Batman. I really like it. It's a classic Batman, but it does have a little bit of a modern feel with the texturing, which I really appreciate. Again, look at the way that the costume's pulling underneath the arm, the way it hugs the muscles. Again, the sculpt is really good. I really am impressed overall with this this piece. We have over here, we have one of the accessories. This does come out of his hand, but you do have the Batarang, which is cool. You have the cape itself, kind of a smooth texture. It's kind of a plasticky material, which again is nice because then you don't have to worry about it breaking, but it does have a nice texture to it. A nice flow. There's even more texture on the back. So again, I know some of you love sculpted capes and some of you hate them, but again, it's got a really nice texture, really nice shine to it. The way the light reflects off of it is nice. And it has a really nice movement to it. So again, this is not going to weigh the statue down too much at all because it is, it's a heavy duty, I'm assuming a PVC material, but it is really nicely done. And again, you can just see some of those texturing elements there. The base is simple. Like I said, it's kind of, it is what it is. I mean, Batman's the star, but it's really, really going to be cool when I put them all together, which I think is awesome. So I do want to show you the portraits here. So this one right here is very interesting. This one is, where you can see his eyes underneath. So that's very, very different. You don't see a lot of Batman like that. I think that looks good, but I do like the other portrait a little bit better. There is an issue with that portrait I do want to tell you about and show you, but sorry about the focus there, guys. But I do think that this is a cool, a cool portrait. It's got some really nice paint elements. I think the paint looks really good. I just don't know how many would want that. I think this would be cooler if it was a white eye. I do think that would be pretty awesome. Also, another, slight nitpick here is, there is a noticeable seam there with the different portraits. I wish that they had, maybe made the seam right here. I think that would have been maybe a better play. And maybe, who knows, by the time they actually produce this, again, this is the prototype, so who knows, they might change that in production. I really don't know. But again, I think that looks really, really good. So I want to switch it out to the other portrait here. And I do have a couple issues on this one. So number one, the ear had a chip, as you could see. So that is a bummer. This is the white eye. So let me put it on so you can kind of get a better idea of what we're talking about here. I mean, that just looks cooler, right? I mean, that looks awesome. I love that. It's got the white eye. The only issue is as you can see with the eyes, there are skin tone underneath, and the factory forgot to paint that black. So in the production, that will be painted black. So I just think that looks awesome. So I feel like this is the pose. If you're going to have it, let me zoom back here. If you're going to have it, this is the pose you want. Again, very reminiscent of Hush. I do think it looks really, really good. It's just awesome. I love it. So, obviously there's that paint issue. Again, there is a chip on the cowl ear, so that does stink. Zoom back in. Whoa, a little bit too close there. But I do think that the paint looks really good overall. I do think that the paint could be messier in areas, a little bit more weathering. But that's really my only nitpick. Just maybe a little bit more weathering on the whole statue. But it is a really nice sculpt. And again, this is a good size piece. It's quarter scale. It's about 19.5 inches tall to the top of that cowl. The ears on the cowl, so about 19.5. And the width from this corner right here over to the edge of the cape is about 17 inches wide. So it's not too bad at all. And let me kind of zoom out so you get the full effect. Isn't that cool? I just think it's a cool statue. I think it's awesome. I don't know if it's the best of the three. I think I might, I don't know, maybe go with Wonder Woman. Can't wait to review her for you guys. But I think this one's really, really cool. I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing, especially from a new company. This is very, very exciting. So I'm really excited for them. I wish them a lot of success. Because if this is their first offering out of the gate, I can't wait to see what they do in the future. Again, I just think that portrait is really, really cool. Is it in focus for you guys? Sorry if it's not. There we go, maybe. But I think it's awesome. So again, let me give you kind of a full pan here again. Again, this is a corner piece, so it does fit in with Wonder Woman and Superman as a diorama. It's very, very cool. I could see this one being very, very popular among collectors for sure. Very, very cool. Let me give you one more quick zoom in. One more quick pan. Which is awesome. Okay, let me do a couple different swap outs for you guys really quick. I'm going to take this hand out. And you can put one of the fists in. Like so. I'm going to take the batarang out. And let's show you what that looks like with the grapple. Nice strong magnets. So it's a little bit of a different look, right? So that's cool. So you have the grapple gun. You also could do the fist as well. Again, unless you could have the fist coming down. So two fists, kind of like that. But I think obviously you're going to have either the grapple or you're going to want to have the batarang. This is plastic, by the way. But that's a cool look too, right? Let me show you with the other portrait. Just in case you were wanting to see it again. Again, it's just a little bit weird without any makeup, without any black. And maybe they'll add the black here as well around the eyelid, which I think would actually help improve it a little bit. I would think that would look really cool. But that's what it looks like with the grapple. So again, if you're a Hush fan and want that pose in quarter scale, guys, this is one you're going to want to jump on for sure. I think it's really quite awesome. So there you have it. I think this is very, very exciting. Again, it does remind me very much of the Prime 1 Hush, which is a good thing because, of course, you can see this Hush right here. The other Hush was great, 1/3 scale though. If you want a quarter scale one that was similar, this might be your bogey right here. This is going to be really, really something. And again, I cannot wait to review all the other ones. I think Wonder Woman for sure is a big, big standout in the trio. We also have Superman as well. And then again, I'm going to do that review with all three of them together. So stay tuned to the channel. Make sure you're subscribed with the notifications turned to all. That way you don't miss any of these content or any of this content, any of these videos. I think you're really going to enjoy them. And again, I cannot thank you guys enough. I do want your opinion though. I want your thoughts down in the description, in the comments down below. Please leave them because I want to know, and I know that Bedrock wants to know how you feel about these statues. I will say this again, that these are just the beginning. This is just the beginning. They're wanting to improve, they're wanting to get better, and they're wanting to add more and more statues. And that's very, very exciting in my opinion. So anyway, let me know what you think about this prototype, and definitely leave your comments and thoughts down below. Anyway, thank you guys so very much for watching. I love each and every one of you. I'll see you in the Batcave. Bye, everybody.